Okay, today we're going to learn all about positive space and negative space. So you should be on page 8 in your journal. Page 8, we're going to take some notes while we're watching the video, and I'm going to show you how you can add things to your artwork and also take things away. So on page 8 in our journals, we have at the top, it says positive space. We also call that additive. So it says anything that you add to your artwork. So where that blank spot is, I want you to write add. There's a lot of ways that you can add things to your artwork. You can draw, you can paint, you can color, you can Sharpie, and you can also glue. So I'm going to show you how you can add some positive space that you can glue to your artwork and make it pop out of your art if you want to use that in your project today. One of the things that you can do is called roll, where you take a piece of paper, you roll it into a circle or a cylinder, and then you glue that to your paper. So first I would glue it together, glue that roll together, and remember we use a dot of glue. Roll it together and hold it. And then you can glue this to your project. We can also do something called a loop, where you take a strip of paper, I cut a long rectangle, and now I'm just going to glue that together. So again, I'm going to use a dot of glue and hook those two pieces together. Now I've created a loop. I can glue it down to my paper this way. I can glue it down to my paper this way. I can add several of those to make hair or feathers to make it more three-dimensional. I can also do something called tabs, where I take a strip of paper, fold a tab on each end, and now I can put glue on those tabs. Remember, a dot of glue on each tab, and that can also be glued to my paper so it can pop up and be three-dimensional. I can leave it as is. I can move it around to make bridges and things like that. I can also attach things to that tab. Another one is called curl, where I take a strip of paper and I can roll that around my pencil nice and tight, hold it for a second. When I pull my pencil out, it'll create a curl effect on my paper. I can do skinny strips of paper, thicker strips. I can use this for stars in the sky. I could use this for hair. The next one I'm going to show you is called Accordion Fold, where you just take your paper and you fold it, then you flip it over and fold it, and you keep flipping and folding, flipping and folding. Now, what you can use this for is to make things pop off of your paper. If you want things to be three-dimensional, it can get glued behind something so that it pops off the paper. You can use it for texture. You can use it for a bridge or stairs, all different things. Accordion fold. And then the last one I'm going to show you is called Fringe. So you can take a piece of paper, you can cut little snips on the bottom or on the sides or on the top, and that creates a fringe effect. You can fold these, you can roll them, and then this can also get attached to your paper. It creates some dimension to your paper, to your project, gives it some texture. Okay, now we also have the decorative scissors, the fancy scissors in our sculpture station. On the side of the scissors, it will show you what that cut is going to look like. So when you cut with it, you will get that effect on your paper. And that's something that you can also glue on for different textures. So these are all positive space. We call that additive. Think of math. When you add something to your artwork, you are creating positive space or additive. Now we can also cut away or subtract. We call that negative space, subtractive space. Anything that you subtract. So write that down, subtract, just like math. When you're taking away or subtracting something, we call that subtractive or negative space. The way to do that is you can fold your paper in half I'm not making a crease, I'm just bending it, and I can make a little cut. Now I can get my scissors in there and I can cut out eyes. If I'm doing Picasso, I can cut out stars and put stars behind my paper if I'm doing Starry Night. But this creates a negative space, subtractive space. So that's another thing that we can put on our artwork. So make sure that you're adding some positive space and negative space, and take some notes on the bottom of your paper when you're done.